Well, well, well. It does appear a little dark on my screen here, but it is 3 o'clock Eastern Time. Welcome to the Sunday Video Update. Today's date is Sunday, August 8th, 2021. I almost said 2018, but we're way beyond 2018. How you guys doing? My name is Jared Bear Fuller. So glad you could join me. Dad is adjusting the light. Much better, much better. And joining me off camera, of course, my dad, who you see waving off camera, and I almost forgot her name, Amy, sitting over here on the couch off camera.
Hello, everybody.
So what a week it's been. But before I get to that, there are a couple of announcements I need to make. A couple of celebrity deaths. I don't know if you guys, I'm pretty sure I told you before we went on. I don't remember, but an actress named Markie Post. She was on a TV show back in the 80s called Night Court. She passed away yesterday at the age of 70. Markie Post. She had cancer. And I found out that Dennis Thomas from Kool and the Gang had also died at the age of 70. He was the co-founder of Kool and the Gang, and he was the saxophonist. So two big losses in the entertainment world. And as a side note, Dennis Thomas, if it doesn't sound familiar, this might sound more familiar. Michelle Thomas, who played the role of Myra Monkhouse on the TV show Family Matters, she was Steve Urkel's girlfriend. Well, that was her dad. Dennis Thomas was Michelle Thomas's father. Michelle Thomas passed away, of course, back in 1998. She had a cancerous tumor. It was in her stomach. She passed away back then. And then we just find out that her dad passed away, and he was a co-founder of Kool and the Gang. So there's a little bit of history there for you. And Michelle Thomas was dating Malcolm Jamal Warner, Theo Huxtable from The Cosby Show. The characters were dating because, her character was dating Theo on The Cosby Show, but in real life, Michelle Thomas and Malcolm Jamal Warner were actually dating. So, yeah. Yep. And something else that most people probably don't know is that Darius McCrary, who played the role of Eddie Winslow on Family Matters, he and Michelle Thomas were their characters on, I think it was The Young and the Restless. They were dating on The Young and the Restless. Their characters were not, they weren't actually dating. I don't think they were actually dating in real life. I'll have to brush up on my sources, but they were both on The Young and the Restless, and their characters were dating. So they knew each other prior to Family Matters, before Darius McCrary became known as Eddie Winslow and before Michelle Thomas became known as Myra Monkhouse. So a little bit of, back history for everybody, just in case you didn't know. Now you do know. So the week in review, my week was actually pretty good. I went to, let's see, where did I go yesterday? I was in Owasso yesterday. I decided to stock a food pantry yesterday. And after that, I went to the Jade Buffet and had some delicious Chinese food. It was yummy. No complaints. Every time I go, always just as good, if not better than times prior. And it was really good. Dad and Amy, they were at the Owasso Speedway last night. My cousin Damien came in second. Did he come in second? Yeah. Yeah. So congratulations to my cousin Damien for coming in second place. And Eddie, which would be,
Eddie came in fourth?
It would be Damien's cousin Eddie. So congratulations, Eddie and Damien.
Simon would have came in, but they were being real pricks out there to Simon.
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't been to the Owasso Speedway for a race. Like, I've been out there, I think, a couple months ago, I went back out there, but it wasn't for a race. I think it was just for the time trials. And I haven't been back since because of the troublemakers.
What's really sad is when the three relatives are getting a wreck together.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was a trip. That's the wreck that took out Simon, wasn't it?
Was it this past week I went to see my mom? It was last weekend. See, I'm losing track. The week just goes by so fast.
Oh,
No, last week I said, what was it that this past week that just went by?
yeah,
It was, I did go to see my mom.
yeah,
It was this past week.
because it was Thursday, I think, because Friday we found out about my mom.
Yeah. Or was it earlier in the week? I can't remember. But I did visit with my mom for most of the day, most of the afternoon, and it was nice. And we had, where did we go to eat? Oh, we went to a place called Out of Bounds. It's in Lake Isabella, which is up by Mount Pleasant. I had chicken tenders and breaded mushrooms. I don't remember. I forget these things. I need to write this shit down because I tend to forget things.
Well, now that you're 35, you're gonna start.
I know now that I'm coming of age, so to speak. Yeah, I'm 35, so
I'm gonna hear that on the 10th.
Yeah.
Know this.
she has a birthday coming up. This lady to my left, she has a birthday coming up on Tuesday. She
You
will.
won't say my age.
Oh, okay. You sure you don't want me to?
I don't want you saying.
Okay. She don't want me to say. She don't want me to say her age. I'll respect that.
I will.
Shut up.
50.
No,
I know it.
no,
Close enough, but not yet.
not 50, not quite yet. But yeah, she does have a birthday coming up on Tuesday. So if you're friends with her on Facebook, don't forget her birthday. You know, be sure to wish her a happy birthday.
And
And
I'll just say this on the note. I got 2 years before I hit 50. So leave
One.
me alone.
One.
1 year.
I want 2.
Oh, well.
1. So you pretty much gave away your age. She'll
I know
she'll
it.
be 49. She'll be 49 on Tuesday.
I still feel like I'm old.
Yeah. Yeah, you're young at heart. Age is just a number. Age is
My
just a
mind
number.
is more messed up than my body.
Well, you're
64.
yeah. And my dad will be 64 next April. So when I'll play a couple of Beatles songs, birthday and when I'm 64, I'll play that next year for your birthday, next April. Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64? Well, if you're going to be here when you're 64 and you're still feeding yourself.
Exactly.
So, you know, actually, Paul McCartney had written that song when I'm 64. He wrote it when he was like 16 years old, I think. And then it didn't actually see the light of day until 1967 when it was released on their Sgt. Pepper album. So more history for everybody.
When it comes to Beatles, ask Jared.
Well,
He knows.
I mean that, and you know, I just kind of schooled everyone on, you know, like Michelle Thomas and Dennis Thomas and Malcolm Jamal Warner. If you were
You use
watching.
Google a lot.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, because I don't know it right off the fly. You know, I mean, I do have to look up some things, but that's how you learn. No, No. no, no relation. No. And as a matter of fact, we actually lost a third person, a country music singer named Razzie Bailey. He passed away this past week. He was 82. And he had a song that I like called Midnight Hauler. I like that song. Yep. He was a country singer. He passed away this past week. So actually we lost 3 big names, which is, it's a shame. But, you know, that's not to sound dismissive, but, you know, that's what happens when time goes on. People get older. Your health tends to go downhill. And it's just
Yeah.
it's just something we all do. You know, we all die, and it's just something we all have to face inevitably. Yeah, we won't get into that, but it's, you know, and I'm not trying to sound dismissive, but you know,
It's a possibility.
it's just a part of life.
Yeah, I mean, you never know if it's the COVID or if it's an
Yeah,
cause.
I don't know.
Unless you know the person.
Because that's for those of you who are, you know, you've been paying attention to the news lately. I try not to watch the news. because it's just too depressing. And if it bleeds, it leads, so to speak. Everybody knows that pretty much. I think what's going on here is this fear mongering with the media, and that's why I don't watch it. And that's all they talk about is this Delta variant, and people, well, you should get the shot. And I talked about this last week, towards the end of last week's video, that I think getting the shot is a personal choice. I'll say it again this week. It's recommended that people get the shot. It's not a requirement.
My question is, why in the world are they out there paying people to get these shots, giving the kids scholarships through school?
But then again, it is required, I guess, if you want to do something, like if you're a government official, or if you have a position of employment where the shot is required. Yeah. So I got to be very careful how I phrase that, because it is required in some instances.
Like a car, if it's not broke, don't fix it. If you're not sick, why?
Well, and Amy,
go ahead. I've been around. I haven't got it. I'm good. I feel good.
Yeah. I had the COVID at Thanksgiving, and it ran its course, and I'm doing okay now. But Amy brought up an interesting point. Like, why do they have? So now it's come down to the point where now we have to pay people just to control people.
Yeah.
They dangle the carrot and stick, and
they're even showing where they're giving out lotto tickets to
Yeah.
people that are getting shots.
yeah, I think, as I said last week, and I'll say it again this week, getting the vaccination is a personal choice.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give people hell for not getting it, and I'm not going to give people a lecture for getting it.
My brother and his wife ain't got it.
I don't have it either, and I don't plan on getting it.
My mom got
So,
it and I got it.
People are just, you're going to deal with it or don't. Either way, I think it is a personal choice.
It's all government run. They want to control the world.
And, it's
The only time I feel that it should be mandatory is, okay, say, like my brother and his wife are taking care of my mother, who is an elderly person.
Yeah, that's different.
They should get it, because they're around that person 24/7.
Right.
Just because she got her shot don't mean they can't come down with it.
Yeah. So, and I was at my cousin, my uncle's house this past week. Dad and I were, and my cousin Timmy was there, and we were talking about the vaccination. And he says he's starting to understand what I've been trying to say this whole time, is that cancer has been around for generations, and they don't have a cure for that. But the COVID come out of nowhere, and instantaneously they have a remedy for it, and they're trying to push it on everybody. Well, cancer is much more complex than the COVID, and I'll tell you that from personal experience. And getting chemo, that would be like saying everybody should get chemo just in case.
Don't you have chemo actually in your
Cancer?
Oh.
Everybody has cancer cells. I'm a percent, not like mine, because when I had cancer, it was in overdrive. It was Wilms tumor. The tumors were around my kidney, but it's almost like saying that everybody should get chemo, because you never know. Well, no, you do know, and you can find out. That's why there's oncologists who specialize in cancer treatment. They have the technology to determine as to whether or not you have cancer or you don't. It's not the same thing as cancer. COVID and cancer are two entirely different things. I've had both. So I don't want, anytime someone tries to argue this with me, I get frustrated and I get irritated, because of the fact that not only have I fought and survived both, but cancer is a much more complex beast than COVID is. Cancer, over the course of generations, has claimed the lives of millions of people. COVID, on the other hand, just in the United States alone, about 500,000, which is still a lot. and it's still affecting lives and it's still claiming lives. But with the COVID, instantaneously they had come out with a remedy. With cancer, they're still trying to find the cure. And although I hate to use air quotes because I don't stick my knife in the ground on either side. Like, I'm not this person who says, well, they do have a cure for cancer, but they're not releasing it, or we don't have a cure and we're still looking. I stick my knife right in the middle where I say, I don't know. I don't know if there actually is a cure for cancer. I don't know if there's not a cure for cancer. I don't have I don't have enough information to make that determination.
Or did they put the cancer thing aside just to get the COVID?
No. Because
No, cancer's been around for,
as I just said, cancer has been around for centuries. I'm not one of these guys who's going to sit here before you today or anytime and say, well, they do have a cure. They just don't want to release it. I've heard that for a very long time. And I'm also not going to say that there is a cure and they don't want to release it, or there's not a cure.
right.
And
It depends. I think it depends.
Until
what stage you're at. doesn't it?
no, what I'm saying is I go by data. I go by evidence. If the CDC were to release information, evidence that the scientists, the people who are in the labs around the clock 24/7, they found a cure, they cracked the code, they found a cure for cancer, they would have to release the evidence and the findings, and that would be worldwide news.
Oh, okay.
That would be front page of every major newspaper all across the globe, that they found a cure for cancer. And what I'm saying is, until such time as I have evidence for this, or until such time as, they discover that, the scientists stumble upon that discovery, I'm not going to say yay or nay. My answer is I don't know.
Right.
Which is the more appropriate answer. So, and that's what most people, they fail to understand this. They think that I don't know is a gotcha. Like, you don't know, so how can you? Well, I'm not making a claim that there is or there isn't. I'm saying I don't know. That is my definitive answer for now. Until such time new evidence arises that it how do I say this? When there's new evidence available, which will then correct my position of I don't know, if we do have evidence and if they do find a cure for cancer and that's made known to the world, then I can say, yes, they have found a cure and this is what they're doing. These are the methods in which they have discovered a cure. But I don't stick my knife in the ground on either side until I know. I don't have the information. And I don't know why I don't know is so frightening to everybody. Now with COVID, it came out of nowhere. Well, actually, I can't say nowhere. We know where it come from. But there, every time someone dies, oh, it was a COVID, and it may very well not have been anything to do with the COVID. As Dad pointed out, someone could be murdered in a car accident or have a common cold, the flu, or whatever the case may be, and they will write it off as COVID. And I'm not dismissing the fact that COVID actually has claimed the lives of people. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying that you got to be very careful in how you approach situations like this. And I'm not saying that the COVID isn't a serious situation. It's been serious and it's been ongoing for the past year, over the past year. So but that's my stance on it. That's my stance on it. As far as cancer is concerned, I don't know. That's my answer. With COVID, they're saying that there's a new, it's called the Delta variant, and it's coming on very strong. And so they're trying to urge people to get vaccinated. And, it just brings me back to what I said before. I don't give people hell for getting it. I don't give them a lecture, and I don't give people hell for not getting it. It is a personal choice. And again, I'm in the middle. I'm right down the middle. You get it or don't get it. Either way, that is your choice. But anyway, I'm beating a dead horse. So, how was your week, Dad? Other than going to the hospital? Yeah.
Pretty much it.
Yeah.
We've been back and forth to St. Mary's, Owasso. It's just a
Yeah.
yeah.
But I'm trying to find out what's wrong with his mom.
Yeah. And as a side note to what I just said, when it comes to like cancer versus COVID, I had chemo because didn't have a choice. I had to have it, and radiation. That's where I was. I had to have that done. The vaccination is a choice. So, and that's the final point. What are you whispering over there? Change what point?
I was talking and then you started talking. You would ask me about me. And
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Well, I just wanted to get that out of the way before I forgot. But how say what you had to say.
My mom was taken to Owasso Hospital and they
Owasso?
Yeah, Owasso.
Owasso.
However you want to say it. Anyway, the stupid heads there diagnosed her with a bleed on the brain. Sent her to St. Mary's. Found out there's no bleed on the brain, thank God.
Just spots.
Just 3 little spots. They ruled out the bleeding on the brain. They've ruled out no, not dementia and Alzheimer's. They ruled out stroke.
Stroke. Well, it's not that, so that's a good thing.
Now the only thing we're thinking is maybe it's Alzheimer's and dementia.
Alzheimer's and dementia.
And her body just slowly.
Yeah. Well, she's no spring chicken, you know.
Well, she's already stated she wants to go and be with Dad. And she wants to die in her bed.
Usually when a person is with a person for a long time, and they pass away, that loved one passed away, it's not long before after the other one passed.
And you figure
they die of heartbreak.
You figure 5 days after my birthday?
The dad died.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
it's coming close to the 4th year or 5th year.
Oh. Yeah. And I just remembered yesterday something else I did yesterday. I spoke with a mom of a childhood cancer survivor on the phone yesterday. And it was great.
Congratulations, Jared.
It was great. We haven't spoken in quite some time. And she messaged me one day and says, "Can I call you? Like, can we talk?" Of course. Call me. Whatever it takes. Let's talk. Let's hear each other's voices on the phone. It was great. And it lasted for maybe, I don't know, 5-10 minutes tops, because she had plans with her son, who's a childhood cancer survivor. I think it was a lunch date or something like that. And I said, "No, go ahead." And she says, "Well, I'll give him your number just in case he wants to call you or text you or whatever." That's fine. I have no problem with that. I take no issue with it. But yeah, that was something else good that happened yesterday. And yeah, it's like, yeah, I hear from people, you know. It's always nice to hear from people you haven't heard from in quite some time.
I know you're still waiting for that one from New York to come through.
Not for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, and not for the wrong reasons. I have friends from all over the place, everywhere. Not even in the country, actually. I got friends from.
Actually had to fly to one friend.
Well, that's still in the United States, but I'm saying I have friends who live out of the country. They live in England and
kind of like
I'm trying to think what other country. I want to say Costa Rica, but I don't think it's Costa Rica. It might be, but I don't think that's it. They live like not within the contiguous United States. They live on an island. I can't remember the name of it, but Yeah, I got friends from all over the place, within the United States, outside the United States. I'm a well-known dude. And most people now, when they watch my Sunday video or they listen to my daily rants, they know that I mean business and I don't fuck around, which is fine. That's the way I prefer it.
Okay, are they getting Jer Bear or are they getting Jerry?
What do you mean?
I'm joking.
No, I don't. I missed the joke. What did you mean?
Are they getting a bear or are they getting?
Are you getting the bear side or are you getting just Jared?
Yeah.
Both. I could be your best friend or your worst enemy. That's up to you.
I'd be like a bear and fight your head off.
But yeah, so it's been good. You know, I have friends from, you know, all over the place. In spite of what my critics say or what my haters say, I still have a lot of friends. I still have a lot of people who keep in touch with me, and I think it's great. Oh, that's Scruffy. Scruffy wants in.
Went out, go potty, and I'm right
I was up at 5 o'clock this morning. Well, I was sleeping so soundly. I was sleeping so well. And then I heard a loud boom, and it sounded like something had fallen, you know, like in the kitchen or whatever. And I'm lying in bed and I'm staring at the ceiling and I can hear the rain falling outside. And then the next thing I know, a bright flash of lightning and another boom. It's like, son of a bitch. So I had to get up, close the bedroom window, and it made me jump a couple times, like the loud booms. But we had a strong thunderstorm come through, no severe weather, and it lit up the sky. It was pretty strong, but
I always tell Dad, if it gets severe, wake me up. If not,
yep, it was strong enough to, you know, make it rain really hard, like a torrential downpour. And the thunderclaps were loud enough to make you jump. And
more afraid of the thunder than is the lightning, because when that big boom,
it's sudden. Yeah. Well, the lightning can strike you from, you know, at really close proximity, and that's enough to scare the shit out of anybody.
And literally watched out the window, a strike come down and it almost hit the ground out here, and all you hear is kaboom.
Oh yeah, loud booms.
And it's like,
well,
crap.
According to the National Weather Service, lightning can strike up to 10 miles away from the initial thunderstorm, which is insane. That is an insane distance for lightning to travel, 10 miles. That's from Oakley to Owasso. That's 10 miles.
Yeah.
I mean, even for lightning, that's a long distance. That's a long travel range.
Yeah.
But
that's why when we see lightning like over by Owasso and all that.
Yeah.
It's because of how close we are.
Well, yeah, I mean,
we're 5 more miles away from Owasso.
No, we're like 16 miles from Owasso.
Oh, are we?
Yeah. Shiawassee County is 5 miles, the border, but Owasso, you got to keep going further. Oh, you see, I just keep forgetting, and all this new stuff is coming to my head. I went to hell last week. I literally went to hell, and I posted a video here on my YouTube channel, which I hope you all had a chance to check it out.
Not me yet.
And they actually have a thermometer. It tells you how hot it is in hell. So if it's 90 degrees in hell and 95 degrees in Saginaw, you could literally say it's hotter than hell in Saginaw. And they do serve cold beer in hell. They serve really good pizza in hell. I asked for ice water and she laughed. The lady standing behind the counter. I went to a place called Hellhole Bar, and they have like a you know, like when you go to the express stop, they got the coolers where you open the door to get your beer or whatever. They have one of those, and you can actually sit down inside and eat food and drink beer. I asked her, I said, well, provided that I'm officially in hell, do you serve ice water here? And she goes, hardy har har. You know, she kind of laughed. probably something she's never heard before, but me, it was my first time being there. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. I put together a video. I hope you all had a chance to watch that. But so from that moment forward, if you or anybody else out there watching this, you tell me to go to hell, I've already been there, done that. I don't have the t-shirt, but I've been there and done that. I beat you to the punch, so the joke is on you.
Exactly.
So.
Well, I guess you go to hell and get you a shirt, huh, Jared?
And I'll have you know that hell has a road going through it called Patterson Lake Road. So, and they have Hell Creek Campground.
Yeah, kind of makes you sounds like a Jason movie.
So if there's a creek called Hell, if there is a lake nearby Hell,
I'm not going to that one.
It's not fire, it's water. So
I'm not going to that lake because I think of Jason coming
but
out of the water.
it is awesome. It's really cool over there. They have a wonderful sense of humor. I'll take you guys out there one of these days. I'll show you what it looks like. I had to do a little Google Maps research, and it's not hard to find. You just go down 52. You go through Oakley, Owasso, Perry, and you go through Weberville. You got to go around that little jog in Weberville. You go under the I-96 overpass. I-96, of course, if you go east, you end up in Detroit. Go west, you end up in Lansing. But you just keep going until you come up to M36, which is a state highway. You go east. You go through a little town called Gregory. And then you just keep going until you come up to Kelly Road. Kelly Road only goes south, I believe. Yes. And then you follow it around, and then you come up to Patterson Lake Road, hang another left, and you come into hell.
Oh, so it's not right there. We're on off of 52 where it says Hell, Michigan.
There is no sign that says Hell, Michigan on 52.
Yeah, all the way. You keep going all the way.
Yeah.
That's the name of
to
the road.
the end.
Hell Road.
There is no Hell Road.
No, I was gonna say the sign as we're going down like to Stockbridge. There's a sign on this.
Well, that's Stockbridge. That's further.
And it states right on there, Hell, Michigan.
If you go to Stockbridge, that's past 36. You'd have to keep going. This is before Stockbridge. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
36 takes you to Mason and Dansville and all that. And then because there's only
I keep saying 52
you go 52, but it's back this way from Stockbridge. 36 only goes, there's one half of 36 that only goes west, and it takes you to Dansville, eventually Mason. So if you keep going south on 52, for that little stretch, you're going to be on south M52 and east M36. That's in concurrence. So it's two highways on one stretch of road. And then when you come up to, when you want to come through Gregory, when you want to come into Gregory, the other half of M36 only goes east.
Oh, well.
That's a long ride on bike.
It's awesome down there. I love it. I love going to hell.
Yeah, Danny's never gone to hell, so
and it sounds weird saying it. It's fun in hell. I love going to hell. But no, it is a real place, as evidenced on my YouTube channel here in a video that I put together. Now, you're probably right. I mean, if I was to go to Stockbridge, and there probably is a sign that says hell, but I didn't go to Stockbridge.
Okay.
You don't go that far because Stockbridge is. Well, yeah, you keep going past 36.
Straight,
yeah.
Like you got that
and Gregory.
And then see, you go this way here.
Yeah.
And you get to where you're going towards the prison.
Jackson.
Yep.
M106.
You go this way.
Yeah.
Here, it says Hell, Michigan.
Well, I know there's Adrian, that if you keep going south on 52, you end up in Adrian, which is where there's another prison. But in Gregory, 106, the highway that takes you to Jackson, that also comes into Gregory.
Oh, okay.
It comes through Stockbridge and you end up in Gregory. And I don't know how far 106 goes. I'll have to check. Well, that's why I do. That's why I never get lost. And that's something else. Anybody tells me to get lost, I can't. I can't.
Dad can get me lost just being on a back road.
Yep.
Where are we? We're
Down that way, though.
I'm like, where are we?
Oh, I know Saginaw pretty good. Take her down Cumberland on the east side, out by Buena Vista. Street? Nah, we don't. There's no streets out here. These are all roads out here. But you know what else is funny is, like, say for example, you go out by Big Rapids, like Mecosta County. Those are all avenues, and they're back roads. 190th Avenue, 170th Avenue, like.
What's the road name?
That's the name of the road. 170th Avenue, 190th Avenue, like they're all numbers.
Yeah.
They're not actual names like out in these areas.
Or
But
in Owasso where you got Cross Drive.
well, yeah, but that's in the city. That's in the city.
Yeah, subdivision.
Yeah, and that's in city limits. Out in Mecosta County, those are all avenues. Like out in the country.
Like us, we got Baldwin Road, Gary,
Baldwin, Hemlock, Rockholes,
Yeah.
you know. We got roads out here.
How do you pronounce Rockos again?
Rockholes. Raucholz.
Rockos?
Rockholes.
Rockholes.
With the L. Yeah, Rockholes.
Okay.
The L's not silent.
I keep pronouncing it wrong. That's why I'm asking.
Rockholes.
I keep saying Rockos.
And I don't want to give away where I live.
Right, yeah.
So, but they're neighborhood roads. They're in my area. M57, 52, Brant, St. Charles, Oakley, Chesaning, of course. 127's out further west. Ashley's out further west. So we're like right in the middle of everybody pretty much. Saginaw's probably, 45 minutes away? In Lansing, to the southwest, about an hour. Yeah, Lansing is about an hour. We're right smack dab in the middle of everybody. We got Midland up to the north, Mount Pleasant to the northwest, Bay City to the northeast with Saginaw. Flint to the southeast, Owasso to the south, Ann Arbor's way to the southeast rather. So we're when they refer to us as mid-Michigan, they're not kidding. We're like right in the middle of Michigan, so to speak, kind of. We're not like St. Louis in Gratiot County. The city of St. Louis, if you look at a map, geographically speaking, St. Louis is right in the middle of the mitten. And when you come into St. Louis, there is a sign that says the middle of the mitten, right beneath the city limit sign. So, and that'll be another video I'll have to put together. I'll take you out to Gratiot County, show you what St. Louis and Alma and Ithaca looks like. Actually, I think I have videos put together of Ithaca, but I'll have to do that. I'll have to put together another video. But yeah, we're pretty much right smack dab in the middle of everybody. For the most part.
I noticed you ain't been doing your what do they call where you go to like your post offices?
Oh, the audits? I haven't done that in a while. My friends who are First Amendment auditors are like, man, you got to get more content. You got to grow your channel. No, I fucking don't actually. I'll do it when I want to do it. I'm not concerned about subscribers. That's what they're trying to, well, you got to build up your channel, your subscribers. No, I fucking don't. I don't. It's not like it's not something that, okay, yes, I do follow the Constitution. I know what my rights are, but I also have a life. I have other things to do. I don't have to make it a point to, set
an appointment up, okay, I got to be here.
I'm going to go to this place and then film here and blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Well, let's eyeball this and let's go here. And audits they're educational, which is why I did it. But it's not a big part of my life. The Constitution is, because we all have rights as Americans. We all have constitutional rights. But the auditing, it's not a main part of my life. Like I do that when I feel like doing it. And I notice that my channel kind of fluctuates up and down with the subscriber number. I don't care. It's not a big deal to me. I'm not making money off the channel. I just do it, for fun or educational purposes or whatever the case may be. I'm not looking to.
Unlike some of these people,
yeah.
I go and make this video of me singing. I get paid this much.
I mean, to me, it's not even about. I just like to be a content creator. I just enjoy, even here on my main YouTube channel. Like I put together that video of Hell, Michigan. I love just recording and making videos. I love being a content creator. And yeah.
I see someone doing videos and stuff like weddings eventually.
Nah.
I'm joking.
My bitterness would get the best of me. It's like, yeah, I'm single and I'm filming you and taking pictures of you, lucky bastards. But no.
But then again, are they lucky?
Yeah. And I was having that conversation with a friend of mine too, just recently, because I'm single and I don't have kids. I've never been married. And everybody asked me the question, like I was out in Merrill, a town called Merrill this past week. I went to a restaurant called Little Bambino's. It's been there for a very long time. It was there when I lived there. And I had a conversation with a guy. And he's married, he's got kids, whatever. And we got on the subject of marriage and children, families and things like that. And I said, well, I'm 35 years old. I have never been married. I don't have kids. I don't even have a girlfriend. And he's like, what? Like it was some big shock that I actually prefer the single life. I enjoy it. I'm happy being single. I like the single life because of the flexibility. Now, that's not to say that I've totally closed the door on love and relationships. I leave that proverbial door slightly ajar because there's always that possibility that someone might come along, the right person who will love me for me, not care about materialism or anything like that. They will love me for me and want to be with me, and I'll leave that possibility on the table. But until such time as that happens, I'm enjoying the single life. I'm in a good place in my life. I don't care what people say about me. And I'm quite frankly getting sick and tired of always constantly trying to prove myself to people or get people to understand logic. But it is fun. Okay, but what I'm saying is that I'm in a good place in my life right now, despite what people have to say about me. Despite the rumors and the gossip and like someone even told one of my friends that I was banned from Twitter, which is not true. Just like they said that they told one of my friends. In fact, they told my friends who live in Louisiana, they were oh yeah, he's being watched by the cops. Really? If I'm being watched by the cops or if I have warrants for my arrest, how did I board a fucking plane? How did I get on an airplane, a jet, a Delta, and fly to fucking Atlanta, Georgia? They would have stopped me before I even got on. Extradited. Yeah, they would have extradited me back. They wouldn't even let me on the plane. There wouldn't have been an extradition. They wouldn't have let me on the plane. Well, they wouldn't have even let me on the plane. That they would have stopped me long before that ever happened. So, but anyway, I'm getting off track. I'm getting off subject here. Despite what people say about me, it doesn't matter. They could say the most horrible shit. I don't understand why they're saying it. But in the overall grand scheme of things, I'm in a very good place in my life. I'm happy. There was a time when I was battling a severe depression. and I managed to dig myself out of the dredges of that severe depression, like really bad depression. I'm not there anymore. I'm active. I'm very spry. I mean, I'm 35 years old. So yeah, I've got a lot of energy. There's a lot of places that I have never been, and I'm still dying to check it out. There's friends I have. They live in different states. They want me to come and see them so badly. I have friends that I've already met, and they've told me, they've given me the green light. We want you to come back. You're always more welcome to come back and visit us anytime you want. I had a friend who even wanted to pay for my plane ticket, and I said, no, I will pay for my own. I'm not going to burden you with that. I will cover, I'll eat up the costs for plane tickets and all that other shit. You let me worry about that. Yeah. And I have some of the greatest friends in the world. And for those of you who think that I'm lonely because I'm single, that's not the case at all. As I said, I'm enjoying the flexibility of the single life. And, you know, it's.
And you people that are married, how many times did your wives or husbands say, no, you're not going? He don't have that problem. He just go.
It's not even just that.
That's what it is.
It's not just that, though. But if in fact I do find somebody, I hope it's someone who loves me for me and doesn't expect me to be someone I'm not. They don't want me to pretend or put on a show. They will love me just as they find me. They will love my sense of humor, my personality. They will love me for me. Has it happened yet? I don't know. I don't think it has. Maybe it has, and I'm just not focusing on it enough. I don't know. I don't make it a point to notice.
That type of situation, you may want to just sort of like step back.
Well, yeah, I'm not forcing it.
Yeah.
I'm not forcing it.
Step back and then
and
if she comes to you.
Yeah, I'm not forcing it. You know, it's like I love my mother. Make no mistake, I love my mom to death, and I love my dad. But hey, mom, dad, you got to stop trying to set me up with women. You got to quit pushing that at me. I'm a grown man. I can arrange my own dates.
Dad, did you hear what he said? What?
You got to quit pushing women onto me. You got to quit doing that. Mom does this shit too. Like when we go to the gas station, I know this young girl, and we still talk, by the way. She's in her 20s, I think. She's 22 or 23, something like that. And she's single. And dad, this character over here, he says, well, maybe you two can get together and hang out. Dad,
back off.
I can handle this. I can talk to people. I know how to talk to women. And I know what it is. I know what it is. Mom does the same thing. My parents want to see me happy with somebody. And I know that's what it is. And I love them for it. I love them because they want to see me happy with somebody. I get it. But I'm also a grown man. I'm an adult. I'm 35. I know how to speak to women. I know how to, you know, I've got some game here. I know how to spread the fuller charm and say, well, you know, say all the things that they want to hear. Well, I know what to say and do. I know how to act with women. I know how to score dates if it was really that important to me. But mom and dad, they're always trying to set me up with women to go out on dates. And it's like, I love you for it, but I got this. and I know that's what it is. They just want to see me happy. And I love them for it. I'm not going to fault them for that. You know,
we weren't even supposed to be.
It's, you know, yeah. But the thing is I think that's all parents. They want to see their kids happy. They live for their children's happiness.
Yeah.
They live for that. And I get it. I understand that 100% wholeheartedly, but when it comes to dating, that's kind of my thing.
I'm the same with my son.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yeah, you just want him to be happy.
You know? With his wife, he wasn't happy.
And
I didn't push in and say, hey, Josh, you need to leave her.
And something else. Yeah, and something else that mom and dad need to consider is that what if I'm already happy being single? Right? And I'm not trying to give you a hard time. It's
his door like this. It's like a crack.
Yeah, it's slightly ajar. Like, I'm happy being single, but should the right one come along and love me for me, yeah, and love me for me, and not for money or looks or whatever, all this materialism shit that doesn't mean anything at all and never should. The right one will come along and they'll love me for me. But until such time as that happens, I love the single life, man. I love it. It is liberating. It's relaxing. I can come and go as I please. And as Dad pointed out, I'm not straddled with the anxiety and insecurity of a partner thinking I'm cheating on them, and I don't have that with them. It's better to not have the added stress and anxiety of worrying about every second of every day. Well, they're not talking to me. Who are they talking to? And they could probably feel that same way about me, although I'm not the cheating type. But all in all, I mean, I can appreciate what my mom and dad do for me, and they want me to be happy, and I love them for it. And I'll always love my parents for whatever case may be, my happiness or whatever, whatever it is. I will always love them for that. But you kind of got to let me handle it, like I can talk to women. I have lots of single female friends that I talk to. But I love you, Dad.
I love you, bud. You got more women than I had when I was his age.
But all in all, I mean, I'm in a pretty good place, and I'm happy where I am. And I'm happy where I am. And it doesn't matter. Excuse me. It doesn't matter what people say about me. You're going to hear all kinds of horrific shit about me. I guarantee it. You're always going to hear something horrible, negative, bad about me. But I can assure you that once you get to know who I am and I have my reasons for doing what I do and saying what I say, you'll start to get it.
Sad thing about it, when if they talk about you, they must live a awful boring
well,
life.
I don't know what upsets me more, the fact that people talk shit or the fact that people believe the shit that they're being told.
I think it's both, Jared.
Like, you can be pissed at me for, if I cut you off in traffic, flip me the bird. I'll flip you the bird back. It's mutual. Okay. If I take the last loaf of bread off the shelf that you wanted, be mad at me for that. Talk all the shit you want. Although I wouldn't take food from anybody. I'm not a taker, but I'm always going to be the villain in someone's story, regardless of how good I am. What does that have to do with what I'm saying? I'm talking about gossip, not toilet paper. Although they do talk shit, so I guess toilet paper would be synonymous to their mouth, but but you get what I'm saying. It's, I'm always going to be the villain in someone's story, regardless of what I do or what I say, or even if I'm in the right, I'm still wrong. And that's everybody, and I get it, but I can't speak for everybody. I can only speak for me. So I don't care if people don't like me. Well, I've been here for almost the whole hour already. We got 5 minutes left, and we're going to wrap this up. That hour goes by very quickly. I don't know what my plans are for today. I might just hang out here at home. I don't know yet.
You know what's funny, Jared?
What's funny, Dad?
The hour's going by quick, but you waited that 2 minutes.
Yeah,
It took forever.
because I was sitting here at 3:58, or no, I'm sorry, 2:58, It's like, come on, 3 o'clock. And it just like it was dragging on. Dragging. It's like, you've got to be kidding me. I'm getting ready to push the go live button. It's like, come on, 3 o'clock. And which is, by the way, is a good reminder for those of you who probably don't know this. And if you're here for the first time, welcome. I have live streams every Sunday at 3 o'clock Eastern. So be sure to subscribe, be sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell. See, I got really excited and I bumped the microphone. Be sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and click on all, and you'll be notified of all new content that I uploaded to my channel here, whether it be random videos like me going to hell or just going live here on YouTube. I hope you enjoy the content, and if you can break through some F-bombs in my content, more power to you, because most people are very touchy and agitated about the fuck word, which in the beginning of this channel, I didn't swear at all. Or if I did swear, I would say mild profanity like shit or ass or bitch or whatever. Now I just don't give a fuck, which is even more liberating and relaxing. So, and there is a disclaimer on the channel that says that this channel, the content may not be suitable for younger viewers. So, don't say you weren't warned, but, well, now with YouTube, there is a law that I have to abide by. It's called the COPPA law, which is, protecting children against, content that may not be age appropriate. And of course, I had to agree with that. If I'm going to be a content creator, I have to agree with and abide by the COPPA laws, which I think I've done for the most part. And but I also put the disclaimer on this channel that this channel contains content that is not suitable for kids. But I said it in a more kind of a condescending way, telling people that if you're a pearl clutching jackass and you can't take the heat, stay out of my kitchen. I suppose I could switch that up and say, or even put it at the beginning, at the top, this channel contains content which may not be suitable for younger audiences. I'll work on it. Every day is a learning experience. Every day I'm always, brushing things up on my channel, and I'm trying to improve it for the better. And I hope at some point you'll check this out and you'll decide to subscribe and reach out to me. My email address is in the About tab section of this YouTube channel. You can only see it from a computer, not your cell phone. Sorry. But yeah, contact me if you have any questions or comments regarding the content you see here. Your feedback is always important. Be sure to let me know what you think. But if you're going to be a condescending jackass, prepare to get it thrown back at you. And that's just a fair warning. Now, when I would pre-record the Sunday video updates, which I did last year, I always had to put the disclaimer at the beginning of every video that this video contains content that may not be suitable for younger audiences. Viewer discretion is advised, only because I say the word fuck or I talk about sex or drugs or whatever the case may be. This is my channel. I talk about pretty much anything and everything. And, of course, with some exceptions, I have to know what my boundaries are and not wander off into, talking about things that I'm not qualified to talk about or I don't have permission to talk about. So I have to be very conscious and critical about what I talk about. And so I'm always trying to, I'm not going to please everybody. I can't please everybody. I can't be everything to everyone. And it had taken me a long time to understand this. However, what I can do, I can be myself every day, and the right people will come along. I will attract those people. And I hope that's something that all of you will take from that, is that when you just be yourself, the right people will come into your life. But if you're going to try to pretend and go out of your way and put so much work and so much trouble into being something or someone that you're not, that's when things get murky. And You should always just be yourself. So I think that pretty much wraps up this edition of the Sunday video update. We have officially hit the 1 hour mark. Dad, is there anything else you'd like to add before I?
Be safe out there and, love one another. That's pretty much it.
I would ask for Amy's input, but she's not here.
Peace out, as she would say.
Peace out and have a good week.
Yep.
Where'd she go? Oh, she had to go use the ladies' room.
No. That's the general room.
The general room, the powder room.
Men and women.
The powder room.
High gender.
The powder room.
Yeah, high gender.
Okay, the powder room. But anyway, guys, that's all for this week. Thank you so much for watching and tuning in. My name is Jared Fuller, aka Jared Bear, and I will see you here next week. Don't forget to subscribe, click the notification bell, click on all. Like I said, you'll be notified of new content on this channel when I go live, and I hope you like what you see. So I'll be here next week. I love y'all. Have a wonderful week. Peace out, and take good care of yourselves, because we need more of that. So have a good one, guys.